And this is a sport headset, also from EC Technology, but got a few products from them recently. So let's see. I'm going to test them all and let you know what I think. Let's take a look at what's inside the box. So, of course, we have our little instruction booklet and cardboard stuff bleeding all over the place. Over here, oh, it's an interesting package. Let's see. Got our cable, and it looks like a couple spare little rubber deals that you will put in your ear. Put them on the end of the headset. And there's couple different sizes, so depending on the size of your ear, you can switch those out. So there are a total of two different sizes in the package, and then the ones that come on the headset themselves. These are pretty straightforward as far as operating. There's not much, nothing really complicated, but I do want to point out a few things. Number one, down here on the bottom, you do have a pull tab, which is kind of nice. So when you want to open up this little USB port, you can grab a hold of this if you have a fingernail, and if you don't, you're going to be out of luck because these things can be kind of difficult to open. Hopefully that doesn't break off anytime soon. So once we plug this in, we will have a red light that comes on to show that it is charging. And the manufacturer says it takes about 2 hours to charge. I found that to be somewhat accurate, and you get about 6 hours worth of playtime as far as music goes. Now they also state that you get 30 feet distance on your Bluetooth connection. I'm going to say that's the best that you can hope for, because even with line of sight, once I got beyond 30 feet, I definitely started to get interference. And while it worked slightly better on an Android phone than an iPhone, there wasn't much of a difference. So 30 feet is probably going to be the max that you get distance-wise on these. A couple of things that are a little different on this. One is going to be the ear hooks here. So these are obviously designed for athletics. If you're running, this is going to keep this on your ear and inside at the same time. You've got a couple different interchangeable earbud interfaces here, depending on the size of your ear canal. I think that's the right term. So these are not going to fall off while you're running. Also on the back, you can pull this little lasso thing together and make it shorter or longer depending on how far around the back of your head it goes. I didn't find that that was something that I really have ever worried about before, but because these are kind of extra long, it was nice to keep it together down here at the bottom. As far as operation goes, it's very straightforward. You have 3 buttons, one in the center for pause and play, and also to connect and disconnect phone calls. And then these 2 buttons on the outside will serve to decrease and increase the volume and go to the previous or the next track. So what I'm going to do real quick here is hopefully have this thing paired. Well, let's grab the right phone. So I've got Pandora already loaded up, and I'm going to turn the Bluetooth on my phone, and it's already on. So let's go in here. We'll turn this on. Now, one note is that when you hold this thing down and it powers up, it gives you a confirmation tone that you're turning the earphones on, and it does the same thing when you turn them off. And it's kind of loud. So if you already have these in your ear and you turn them on or off, you're going to hear a loud beeping noise. I would recommend that you turn them off before you put them on. I'm not sure why that is or how to adjust it, but it would be nice if that was an option, because you don't want this thing blasting in your ear, obviously. So it shows up on your Bluetooth as S1041105. Go ahead and hit that. I probably should turn these on first to make sure they're going to connect. And I just heard the tone. So we should have a connection momentarily. Yeah, okay, so we're connected for audio already. I'm going to go back to Pandora, which is kind of annoying me because it keeps throwing ads up here like literally every 2 seconds. So right now you can see that it's asking me to hit the play button. So if I just hit the button in the center, that should start the track. And you can see the pause jumped up there. So obviously the track is playing at this point. You can also see the counter right there. So if we hold this down, this will decrease the volume. And if we hold this one down, it will increase the volume. But if we just do a short press one time, it's going to advance to the next track. And of course, if we were listening, it's going to advance to the next commercial, is what I should have said. So if you're listening to your own music, obviously you can go backwards and forwards. You can't do that on Pandora. It'd be a nice feature, wouldn't it, if you could replay the previous track? The one downside to these that I did notice is that for some reason, having this little hook over the top of your ear causes wind noise. So if you're riding a bicycle or running or doing anything that involves you moving quickly through the atmosphere, you're going to hear a kind of a whooshing sound. Now, it's only audible when you have the volume turned down relatively low. If I'm working out, I always have my music turned up probably way louder than I should. But if you have it turned down and you're talking on the phone or you're doing anything else while you're in motion, you're more than likely going to hear that noise coming through. It's not a big deal to me, but if that bothers you, it's definitely something to consider. Outside of that, they do feel very sturdy. I'm confident these will last a long time. I've got a lot of products from EC Technology, and they are usually on the higher end as far as quality goes. This, as I think I showed in my last video, is what I use to, one of their products also, I use to turn off my lights. So anytime I want to turn off my studio lights, whoops, just hit a button and I do that remotely here. So that's kind of cool. So that's it for the headphones. Again, not too much to these. They work well enough. They're reasonably priced and you can find them on Amazon. If you found the video helpful, like it, share it, check out my channel for more tutorials and product reviews, and most of all, remember to hit the subscribe button. Feel free to leave your feedback in the comments section, and thanks for watching.